Hello, everyone, and welcome to Nine and Out XTV production. I am Kip here with TurboCop and Getawell. Our guests tonight are the Electric Temptations, Kill 'Em All, Argo, and FaZe. As always on production is Pretender. We got a great show planned for you. We're going to talk about the demo buff, or Nerf, and then the demo buff. We're going to talk about all the things that happened on Monday, and of course, we're going to put our guests on the hot seat and ask them all the important questions. So if you guys have any questions for our guests, once again, they're Argo, FaZe, and Kill 'Em All from Electric Temptations. Definitely post them in chat, and we will have some good times. But Turbo, take it away.
Yep, so we have a lot of things going down in TF2 World. We had the wrong day to have Nine and Out last week because we saw the first day of the Love and War update, and then we screwed up. Didn't see any cool things until the day afterwards because we have the show on Tuesday. Demoman Nerf happened Wednesday. They reverted the Demoman change. They also made a bunch of other changes. I'm sure most everyone here is familiar with them. Heavy got a minigun spin up Nerf. Pyro has an extinguisher nerf. Can't crit people from the front anymore. Instead, you have to crit them from the back with an extinguisher. And the engineer has a Wrangler nerf where you have damage ramp off now. After that, literally 2 hours before you guys casted and everyone played last night, there was the Demoman re-nerf. So Stickies now do full 100% damage again.
It was like 20 minutes. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, it was really, really soon. Somebody was sending me a message while I was getting ready to watch. Because
the teams had scrims and then they had to reset the server because of the update.
Yeah, and So at the end of last night we had a Team for Twitch TV Invitational, and the end of it is coming up tonight and tomorrow. So if you guys have been following that. $2,500 prize on the line there, I think. Is that right? Or is it $5,000? It's one of
money.
It's hard to say. Money is so fluid when you think about it,
That's true. It is just a number after all. But the Twitch TV Invitational, which has been getting really good coverage here. So overall, been a really, really interesting week for TF2 so far. ETF2L having their premiership week 7. Finishing up this week. In UGC World, all of the weapons from the Love and War update are allowed, except for Base Jumper, which you can use to glitch into spawns and crash servers if you're not careful. So Base Jumper not allowed until that's fixed, but I'm pretty sure when that is fixed, that'll come back online. Real quick, I-52 in a qualifier, the Kickstarter. Well, it's not a Kickstarter, the Indiegogo page. Only at 80%, so I'm dropping the link for you guys now. They have 2 weeks left to get the last 20% of their donations in. We're looking at around $3,000. So they really need one big last push, guys. So you guys should go and start donating over there if you want to spend your hard-earned esports dollars.
You get stuff for it. You're not just throwing it into the abyss. There are rewards on the Indiegogo. There's signed items and shirts and toilet paper with Platinum's face on it, really admirable, and all kinds of stuff. And we're sending the best teams in North America to Europe, and it's going to be amazing. And we're going to send our good buddy Lang over there too. #HotLang.
Yeah. My favorite are the player cards, and you can go get them autographed too for the ultimate prize. So you can get a whole set of team autograph cards, which you can sign and then hang up on your wall. Or just show them to all your other friends who are into TF2 esports. And you guys are going to be casting a new tournament, and I guess I should let you guys plug it yourself since you guys are going to be on it. The EVL Gaming 4v4 tournament.
Yeah. Yes. Do you, me?
Yeah, you.
There's this tournament going on the weekend of July 12th. It's a 4v4 tournament. 4v4 is a new format. You might have heard of by now. It's a fun kind of format. It's very new, and people are still playing around with it and having fun. But there's this group called EVL. They're doing this battle royale thing. They have an unbelievable amount of players registered already, don't they, Kip? A lot. We're looking at a lot of teams.
About 120, I think, but they want a few more.
Yeah, and they're doing it for real prizes. There are real tangible things like SSDs and shirts and stuff being given away. So we can put the link maybe for that, but it's going on in July. But man, it's going to be a fun thing. So we're going to be casting, talking over the games.
Yeah. Sign-ups end for this Friday, though, so definitely get
Yes.
on that. And you don't have to have a team. You can sign up as an individual player, and you don't need experience either. And it's a fun type thing, so don't feel too pressured. So new players welcome, single players welcome, everybody welcome.
Married
So, yeah.
players,
You can
Married
find
players.
it on the EVL.
singles, widows.
Widows.
Join.
No, widows not welcome.
Utah
Wow.
rules.
Yeah, I would say.
But that's a fun
Yeah.
thing. We're going to be
Yeah.
talking while people play games.
You can
Over
find it on
there.
the evlbattleroyale.com page. There's a sign-up slip there. I believe you need a Steam address and a few other things too, as always. Should be 100 players already, or 100
Yeah.
teams.
Yeah.
That's
And it's
absurd.
only 4 players per team, but still. And they're playing some cool maps. They have some different maps. I was doing some play testing for some of the maps. They have some fun stuff too. They have a little melee only thing on this crazy
Yeah.
map, and there's some shenanigans
Should
planned.
be
It's
fun.
going to be fun. I'm going to like it.
Should be cool.
You guys will all like it too.
Yeah, it's really, really, really cool when TF2 does something different. And 4v4s is one of those new things that they're doing now, which is really,
Yeah,
really nice.
these guys are legit. They've kind of come out of nowhere, and they're nailing it. They're really organized, and it's a really legit event. So it'll be fun.
Sweet. Okay, well, we got to go down the roster real quick for the Week 5 recap, which was on Badwater. ET, you guys still have your perfect record, beat out the Goose Boys last night. Is that correct?
Yep.
And you want to talk about that match a little bit before we continue on from there?
It was a pretty good match. I mean, we had a lot of problems. It was both sides of teams. We had like players disconnecting, and our medic had internet problems, so he got a sub for like the first round. But it was a pretty good match, I guess. They're a solid team. Honk.
Oh, hey, there's your friend. Anyway, was that because of the update dropping and people not having their client up to date, or was that just from where the server was hosted?
No, I don't think it was related to the update. People are just having weird problems, like Komal's mouse is freaking out. 404's internet messed up. Then the other team, their soldier went AFK, so there's a lot of weird problems. Props to Honk for being patient, and
Okay.
Rach for subbing med.
Sweet.
Nice.
And Street Hoops, shout out to Huey who's in the chat. Went out, take out their ace match game against EBM. So definitely going back up to the top of the charts right there. They will be playing you guys next week for Viaduct. Quality Control takes out a 2-0 on Wu-Tang Killer Bees. DK takes out Just Kidding, and what I would consider to be not the upset of the week, but I wasn't expecting a 2-0 out of that. Runaway 5 actually took out the off-classing bonus team. 2-0 as well, and Sci-Fi is now the second team in just as many weeks to disband from Platinum.
Really?
Yeah, Sci-Fi is disbanded. I don't know where all their players are going quite yet. I think some of them are going to stay in Platinum. I guess since you guys are here, none of you are looking to fill out the roster anymore, right?
We picked up one
I
of
think
their
we're full.
players. We got
Oh, you already
with
picked up
Fury.
someone.
yeah, we got Fury from them.
Cool.
Chingu, Fury.
You're going to have him on as
Chingu's
sub.
good.
Yeah, he's gonna be one of our backup. I mean, he can play like everything. So
He's good though. He's a good guy. I've cast him before.
yeah, he's a man.
Sweet.
He's the man.
And
Confirmed, he is the man.
He's a man.
He is a man. Confirmed, also human.
the last game was Taco Bell versus MTS, and MTS had to go play the Invitational, so they ended up forfeiting ace match on game 3 against Taco Bell. So now Taco Bell is in the top upper echelons as well. Although you haven't played them yet, right?
On Steel, we played him.
Yeah, you played them on Steel. That's right. We casted that game.
Wow.
I forgot. It's been
It was
like a
so
week.
good too. It was a memorable match. How do
It
you,
was a memorable match because you guys did a 3-minute steel cap. That was like just a
Wow.
week ago.
I think the win was well deserved though for Taco Bell. They were looking pretty strong, and I think they could have outlasted MTS. But it was a good game, so it's disappointing that everyone had to go. But people have real life, and if there's money on the line on a tournament versus having a fun summer season, I don't blame MTS.
It's all about the money.
It's all about the money.
my
That's
money
why we
motion.
do what we
Yeah.
do here at
Give me the
XTV is
funds.
for the monies.
Speaking of it, is it all about the money for you, Argo, and Kill 'Em All? I think you just play for the headshots, right?
Yeah, just shoot
Yeah,
the heads.
it's-
M1.
I make my career in TF2.
Yeah, it's all or nothing with
Sweet.
UGC.
It's
Gotta pay the
amazing.
bills.
I just shouted out in chat, but I want to remind everyone that we're taking questions. Ask your questions in chat all night, and we'll answer them at the end, or we'll probably touch on a lot of it as we go.
Great. And I just lost sound.
Turbocop lost sound. Yay.
Oh no! Now I'm back.
All right.
We're having a thunderstorm here, so.
That was all. We finished up with the week 5 recap. So let's talk to these fine young men here. These 3 young men.
First request, since we don't see your beautiful faces, you have to say your name first so everybody knows who's talking.
Yeah.
So should we do an introduction first so we can learn about these guys and learn their voices, their melodious voices?
Yeah.
I think Kill 'Em All is...
Let's do alphabetical order.
And what you play as well. Oh, alphabetical.
Alphabetical. So starting with Argo, who are you and what do you do? What's your favorite color?
I guess my favorite color is
TF2.
blue.
What's your favorite color in TF2? Yeah.
Definitely blue. I'm
BUL. Wait.
BUL.
You.
BUL.
Blue.
Bull.
BUL, of course. What do you do, Frank?
At this point, I just sort of Well, I can't play TF2, so I don't really back up. I just sort of coordinate everything. I made the team, I guess, with FaZe and Kill 'Em All a long time ago, and the team mom. I drop them off at sports practices and bring them orange slices.
Having a minivan helps
Cute.
a lot for that.
It does. It's great space. Great.
So you can't play TF2 at all?
No, not right now. Not until I get a new computer. I'm video gameless.
That's too bad.
So, I just have a real quick question about that. Is it like a full-time job? Because I know from slight experience that even organizing a steel team and matches and scrims can be really cumbersome, and then having to play on top of that is huge. Is it enough of a job for you just to be the team organizer?
Yeah, it still takes a lot of time, and yeah, I mean, it was more, I guess, when I would play, because I would have to actually spend all the scrims watching instead of sort of setting things up and then splitting. But yeah, it can be time consuming.
Kill 'Em All, how about you, buddy?
I play heavy for the team. What do you want to know about me?
Favorite color in TF2?
Favorite color? Red.
In TF2.
Yeah,
okay.
Red's
What kind of car do you
definitely
drive? A
better than
minivan also?
No, I take public transportation. I live in the
Oh,
city.
see, that's environmentally conscious. I like that.
That's good. Now, how many serial killers have you killed?
What?
Look, he's Dexter.
Kill 'Em All. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
I
see?
don't know, it's pretty countless in the 7 or 8 seasons the show's been running.
Right, fair enough.
And
How long
FaZe.
have you been? Oh,
Oops.
FaZe.
Go for
I guess
it.
we'll get to more questions later. No, FaZe.
Hello.
Hello.
You were listening, I hope. Let's answer
Yep,
this.
I play the Sniper Man class. And what do I drive?
And what's
I
your
drive
favorite
it.
color in TF2?
TF2? Oh, probably gold. If you see my sniper, he's
Have
a
you
lot
ever
of gold
played
stuff.
TF2?
Different from yellow.
This guy's wrong. And what do you drive? Do you have a car?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I drive a Kia.
And what's the license
Nice.
plate? Make a model?
Yeah. Can we just hunt you down?
Registration, please.
UGC sniper.
Oh, nice.
I hope that's true.
It.
That's my
Argo
bull
gave
crap.
me a suggestion.
Get some real
If I ever
questions.
saw someone with a UGC license plate model, I think I would pull them over.
Yeah,
Wow,
That'd be
rude.
cool.
reasonable thing to do.
Let's get some real questions. So what do we want to know from these young men?
Right. Well, I guess you guys should go over your roster a little bit. Let us know how long you guys have been playing together. You guys all formed it together, right? So, how long has ET been a team now? And you guys did really well last season, but didn't quite cap it off. So, try and catch us up because we haven't been able to talk to you since season 1 of 9 and Out. Try and catch us up to where you guys are right now. You know.
So we started off in season 9. That was after a couple of us had played in Silver,
Yeah,
for a
that
couple
was our goal.
seasons. And Argo and I talked, and we said, hey, we should make a team next season. Kilmall was there. We brought in Kilmall. Then at the time we had like Roth on heavy. It was a very different lineup from what our lineup is today. But yeah, we changed some things out. We were like a mid-plat team then, but we really changed and improved over the past couple seasons. So
you guys had a good season last season. I mean, goddamn, and you're doing it again this season. When have you guys lost a match in the regular season last? 2010?
Yeah, we've been doing good recently. The lineup we have now has been in use for about 2 seasons. That's with 38 special and Kilmal switched to heavy last season.
That was big, Decimate.
Yeah, big Decimate on scout. Ricky Soldier. Our season 9 lineup had Mustard Overlord on demo. Demo / Soldier. He kind of played both that season. Roth heavy. So we took a break for a season. Yeah.
So what was it like switching over to a really big flank and the form of Decimate and Ricky and having you go over to heavy kill 'em all? How did that really change up? That seems to be where the game seemed to get better for you all.
Yeah, well, I think our combo needed more of a voice because I think one of the big problems was 4-4 felt that the lone voice of the team. He called everything since 38 really doesn't call anything other than when to pop Ubers and damage, I guess. Yeah, they wanted another voice in the combo, so I stepped up since I wasn't really enjoying Scout that as much as I was previously. So I took the bullet. I switched to heavy, and we picked up the best Scout in Highlander, so it was a good trade-off, in my opinion.
Sure. Yeah. Well, I guess could you go a little bit more into detail about that? So, what do you now have to call out now? What is your call responsibility versus 404s? And if it's just you guys,
you can call a lot as heavy. I mean, just because you're sort of so on the front lines and kind of soaking up damage a lot, right?
Yeah, I guess
jumping corners and stuff.
Me and 4-4 split the calls. Usually, if I see an opportunity, I'll call something. I'll tell 4-4 what he could do better. He's the main caller, I think. I'm just complimentary. He usually calls when to push and when to back out, and I can just add what I see to his perspective, since he can't really peek corners as much. So I add my perspective to his. It works out.
All right, that's great. You guys have a new spy this season. You should probably plug him a little bit. Although he's done really, really well as far as in every game I've seen him do so far. So.
Yeah, we picked up HNG on spy, and he hasn't really. The last time he played in plat, he didn't play last season. He sniped in silver, and season before that he was a spy for Barney and the Gangs. Is that what the team was called? Yeah, it was team with Satan, GBB, Rage. And he was a good spy that season, but he hasn't really been, a well-known spy. He's kind of been under the radar. He's always been very good, though. So, he kind of has a well-rounded game. He can ambi snipe.
His calls are really important for us as well.
Yeah, he talks a lot.
We have a very quiet flank of it most of the time.
Oh, okay. So, what does he end up calling? Can you think of an instance where it saved you a game or it saved you a round?
Well, it's helpful a lot. I remember on Gully, we would, be peeking choke or something, or we'd be outside of choke and he'd be in behind them disguised or cloaked or whatnot. And he'd just tell us, "Oh, guys, you can walk through choke. Here's the medic's Uber. This is where they're holding. So-and-so's here." Stuff like that. Kind of just feeding us information from behind the enemy lines.
Sweet. So shout out to H&G. And yeah, I guess
I used to pub with him. No big deal. I knew him when he was nobody.
Whoa.
No biggie.
That's nice. Lucky. We're lucky just to be here with these 3 guys right now at all. Argo, here's a question. Is there going to be a chance for you, once your computer's back, you're going to even be able to play on this team, or what? I think you're stuck now. They have such a good lineup.
I guess not.
Yeah.
Will you be on my team?
So, see ya.
Yeah? Okay, yes.
I thought about playing, in lower divisions, sniping again, body shotting again. That's my
Oh yeah, I've heard about that. I've heard about you body shotting.
There's a meme.
There's a meme. Yeah, I've heard that's a meme. That's amazing.
But yeah. Maybe when I get a new computer, we'll see.
But you'll still stay with these guys because they're your bros, right?
Yeah, they're my buddies.
You have to say that on the show, or I mean, because
yeah, it'd be really awkward if I was honest.
Yeah. Nah, I hate these guys. They're terrible. Do you guys want to talk about the thing that everyone is dying to hear about, the demo nerf? Might as well talk about it, right?
And the heavy nerf, which is definitely here.
Nobody cares about that. Nobody cares about that except heavy mains. So, Killmall, do you care about it?
I care.
I thought it was unnecessary, but it's not the worst that could have happened. It's the class.
So you didn't start a thread and complain and email Gabe and do all the stuff that demo people did?
No, I sent an email, but I don't care about the forum stuff. I don't post on that unless I trash talk.
All right, fair enough.
Really?
Fair enough.
Okay, well, if people didn't know, if you live under a pile of crap, there was a change to demo that nerfed the sticky bomb launchers so that they didn't do full damage right away. You had to leave them for 2 seconds. And then a few days later, Valve hit Control-Z and just undid everything and completely changed it back. It's totally back to normal now. And it happened right before your guys' match. Did you notice a big change playing in your matches and stuff like that, or since you've played since they switched it back? Or let's talk about it. What are your thoughts? Anyone at all? Jump in.
Well, at first when the update came out, 38 hadn't been online in like 24 hours since the update came out. So when he came to scrim with us, no one told him about the update. So he joined the game and started playing, and he was like, "What are wrong with my stickies?"
You know what he sounds like?
Yeah, he's
The deepest voice you've ever heard.
The deep voice, yeah.
And yeah, he wasn't too happy about it. Changed his name immediately to 38 Special LFT Soldier. But yeah, I mean, I'm just glad they reverted it because it shifted the balance of things. You know, demo is such an important class, main focus of TF2, that when they changed it around, people kind of had to search for new ways to deal with things, and I don't know, I just threw things off too much.
How did your... sorry.
No, go ahead.
How did your scrims go with the nerf? Did you see any guys demo nighting? Were there any crazy new metas being challenged? Because that's what we were kind of looking forward to on Monday, to see what, who would pull out the demo night, but obviously it didn't happen.
Shield a couple times, I think, in those scrims.
Yeah, 38 tried, he tried a mixture of things. He ran shield, like demo night, he did stickies some, and it was interesting to see what other demos on opposing teams did.
Yeah.
Remember Zan used like Scotch Resistance, he used like everything when we scrimmed DK. So, I mean, he still did good though, he'd still top damage. But it was, there were certain situations where he could be like, well, if we had normal stickies, that would really help right here.
Yeah.
Valve's point was kind of that the demo man was overpowered based on the fact that his secondary weapon was just able to be used totally not the way it was imagined, and they were trying to get away from it being used in an offensive way. You guys agree with that? Do you think demo is overpowered?
I mean, demo is very strong. It's ridiculous when like you're just in one spot and a demo just comes charging through M1, M2 and just puts out like thousands and thousands of damage and just drives your team back. But like, it's such a powerful class. I don't know if I think they can still change it, but not as much of a change as they did with the update.
So what are your guys' ideas? What are your ideas on what they can do then? Are you thinking about a new sticky bomb launcher, different types, because there's only 2 real ones, or different nerfs? Have you been throwing around ideas? Any one of you guys?
I saw a lot of posts that people...
Oh.
I mean, they could always nerf the base damage instead of like having a ramp up mechanic, because like they implemented it so that it would do more damage like the longer it was set on the floor for some reason. So like it wouldn't hurt your sticky traps, but it would hurt if you were like trying to rapidly death them like in consecutive order. So yeah, you could nerf the damage so that it does less overall and remove the ramp up entirely, or you could, I don't know, try and just like focus on the fact that demo shouldn't be able to sticky in like close quarters, and that it should be like restricted to like either like just medium range, so that you can't like kill scouts and soldiers with them like when you're trying to 1v1 them.
So, well, we're like, regardless of like how you feel about the nerf or the pre-nerf, how do you think like Valve I don't think handled this very well, because they put it right in the patch notes. I was playing on the new update for about like 2 hours, and then I was like, well, something feels really off, and then someone told me, hey, Sticky's nerfed, and I didn't believe them. I had to go read the patch logs. It wasn't blared for everyone to see. It was hidden away on like a second click away on the Team Fortress site. And the reversion as well is also a little bit weird, especially like the way they handle this. Reverted the recent sticky bomb damage ramp up change. We will continue to evaluate the use of sticky bomb air detonations, which is, I guess, what we should call it now, air detonations.
What is
potential changes to that mechanic?
What does it tell you guys about how much testing Valve does before they release an update to a weapon, that they can just undo it and be like, whoops? Do you think they tested it, or like that's what blew me away, that they were just like, oh, I guess that didn't work? Like, I'm wondering what their testing consisted of.
And do you think the reversion is them admitting they made a mistake, or that they just didn't like the reaction from the community?
Yeah.
Or
my initial
maybe
feeling
they have
when they
something else
changed
they
it
could try.
back was just that they were, reacting to such a negative, loud feedback right away. I feel like I'd imagine they tested it pretty well, and I think they knew what they were doing when they released it. They just, I don't think, underestimated how huge the negative feedback would be.
I don't know, it's strange because Team Fortress 2 has like a beta, like a separate game, but it's so largely ignored that like nobody uses it. And I don't know, it seems that Valve had a good idea, I guess, because like stickies are the most powerful weapon in the game, but like the way it might have sounded good on paper, but they obviously didn't let the masses playtest it beforehand before actually releasing it, so like the hate that they got for it really made them think twice. Like, at least they should, like, if they're gonna nerf a weapon that's been in the game since the game was launched 7 years ago, like they should at least test it out, like with pubbers or competitive players, like get their opinion on how it is before they release it to everyone, so they don't have to like make a complete 180 and look like idiots doing so.
And I think they also had the same problem with the base jumper, which was, there was problems where it was crashing people's TF2, right? That's why UGC banned it. But like, it just seemed like there wasn't enough, I don't know. It was like something simple too, wasn't it? You guys, am I just talking at my butt now?
Yeah, it
No?
was, there was some entity that didn't get updated in tournament mode, which is kind of like its own little weird TF2 configuration. So some entity didn't get updated on the base jumper. So every time you deployed the base jumper, I think error appears somewhere on the model, and then that causes the entire server to crash down because it doesn't know what to do with it. Which means they didn't test it in tournament mode, or they did test it and missed this, which implies that they don't run tournament mode in their testing servers, which is strange.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Would that not surprise you?
I don't know, a lot of other games, like once they release patches, shouldn't be a surprise that like they end up unintentionally breaking the game. Like, no matter how much testing you do, until you release it to like all of your player base, like they find it out themselves through extensive testing. It's like, it's bound to happen no matter like how much you test it internally until you release it to the public. It's just
So what you're saying is that Valve should hire more of us.
Yeah, we should be hiring.
I mean,
give us money
again,
to play.
They should just like encourage the use of TF2 beta instead of like just completely ignoring it. Nobody uses it, so I mean it's just there. Yeah, so I mean it's good that they responded to it quickly within a couple days to patch it, but yeah, a lot of these things could be prevented if they just put it on the beta before, just tested it there.
And we focused so much on the sticky nerf that we didn't really get a chance to talk about the other nerfs, which are the axe extinguisher nerf, the Wrangler damage fall off. Are those changing anything at all? Or I know a lot of pyros had already been switching over to power jack, so the meta there wasn't changing very much. But is the mini sentry Wrangler getting nerfed a big deal or not?
For the Wrangler, I don't know. It's good that it doesn't do as much damage. The fall off wood's good, but I don't think that's the big problem. I think the shield was always the problem with wrangled anything, like mini sentries, even as like a scout. Like when you tried to shoot a wrangled mini, it wouldn't die even if you unloaded 6 shots into it from point blank range. I mean, that's the real issue. I mean, the damage fall off was, I guess, it was okay. It was in line, but it didn't really nail the problem that was with the Wrangler.
So still needs work.
Yeah.
Only way to fix it is get rid of it forever. Haha.
Yeah.
Just
Press the
remove
delete button.
engineer.
Yeah.
I think we'll see more
Right
of the consequence that the Wrangler Mini has on Viaduct next week, because it's not necessarily a huge player in Badwater.
Yeah, you can't just wrangle from house anymore if it does less damage from range.
Yeah.
Like you can just spam down onto the point.
Cool.
Yep.
We ready for questions period then? Our own questions plus the crowd's questions?
Pretty soon, but I had one more thing, which is the fun thing, which is that
Yes, sir.
when is Tide Turner going to be played in a competitive game, and are you guys going to be the first ones to do it?
All
I'm
three
surprised
of
it
you
wasn't
guys.
banned. That thing looks so good. I haven't played with
It's-
it, obviously, but it looks really good. I'm surprised it wasn't. UGC just allowed pretty much everything right off the bat without any
Yeah,
testing.
how do you feel about that?
components.
Is
Wait,
that
is that
That's kind
okay?
of weird.
It's
I've never done that before that I can remember. They usually will keep the whitelist until the season's over, just to sort of keep continuity. But
Yeah.
that kind of surprised me. But I don't know. That shield looks really good. It's essentially
Uh,
just adding a turning script into the game.
the shield is not good because they reverted
no.
the
Yeah,
stickies.
because of the
Well, yeah, since
if-
stickies, I
if
guess. Yeah.
Stickies now do normal damage. There's no point in running shields. That's always been the case. I mean, shields are only viable now because, like, demo v demo, you do nothing to the other demo if you're running stickies versus a shield. So now it does normal damage. It's like such a cripple to be confined to only pills. It's like pills are really skill or luck dependent, depending how you look at it, and it's really like inconsistent compared to stickies, especially now that they're not nerfed anymore. So maybe in the future, if they nerf demo again, just smarter now, I don't know, shield could be viable, but like it really cripples its ability to put out damage. It's more of a pick class, which you don't really
Yeah.
want out of a demo in the first place.
Maybe if they
Oh.
nerf it again, Argo can be a demo night for ET. Be in chat
I would do
suggested.
that.
10th class.
Yeah.
10v10, yeah.
New meta. What about the other weapons though? Like, what about backscatter? Is that have you guys had any fun with that yet? Or see any potential in that?
You play any scouts still,
I haven't.
Kilmo?
Airstrike, even base jumper when it will be back allowed at some point.
I don't think any of the new items are really noteworthy. New scout weapon, I mean, there's always like one or two weird scouts in Plat that like play with the really, like they use unlocks a lot more than the others. Like most scouts use the scattergun, but I'm sure like they'll try it out in scrims, but I don't think shooting people in the back is good, especially since it reduces your clip size. So like you can't do as much damage from the front. I mean, it'll have a niche player or two, but other than that, no, it's not going to be very popular.
Like if you're behind someone and close enough to activate the mini crits, you're gonna kill them with a scattergun anyway.
And then the parachute could, yeah, I think it could be a decent side grade to the gunboats, but like, yeah, it's decent. But you give up gunboats, so you do more damage to yourself.
Yeah.
And the
Oh,
new
okay.
rocket launcher, I don't know, it's just a gimmick. It's really gimmicky.
Yes. It's fun in pubs.
Yeah, it's super fun in pub. It's really fun when you can shoot 8 rockets. That's
Yeah.
really, really fun. But
Valve only cares about pubs,
otherwise-
you know?
Yeah,
That's
usually
true.
you don't live long enough to get the full effect out of the rocket launcher.
Unless you're Mela.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Cool.
that's all the questions I had. We can head over to
Move on.
to guest questions.
And by the way, FaZe, I challenge you in Quiz Up, buddy, so get cracking.
All right, let me check. Yeah, all right, I
It's
see
really easy, though, so you'll probably still lose.
it. Okay.
all right.
So what we got? What we got, DJ? Sorry to interrupt.
That's cool. We've got a lot of questions about Demo Night being viable and competitive. Sean wanted to know, Gamster wanted to know, Rummy wanted to know. Pretty much everyone wanted to know what you guys thought about Demo Night being competitive, but we kind of went over that. So we have another question from Ramblings. One of the topics we or that briefly went through the chat was about TF3, and Ramblings was bringing up the topic of, is there any reason, like any real reason to make a TF3? Like, what do you guys think about that idea?
Hmm.
And would you switch, I guess, if
Yeah.
it ever happened?
TF2 is pretty self-sustaining with the market and stuff. As long as Valve makes money, I don't think Valve needs a reason to make another game. So, and I don't know, I might switch. I wouldn't switch. I'd play it on the side, I guess. And if everyone else switched, I would be one of the people that followed, I guess.
You also have to kind of wonder, would it be the same game? Considering the changes from Team Fortress to TF2 is so radical. It wouldn't be the one we love.
I think it's foolish. I think it's a foolish idea, not to insult the asker of the question, but just you look at some people say, oh, it's been out for 7 years. You look at a precedent though, some like MMOs and games that have been out for 7 or more years, like World of Warcraft. When it went out of date, they didn't put out a WoW 2. They just update all the graphics and new engine and all that kind of crap. And they there's no reason for a TF3. No. Get out of here. Get out of here.
There is actually a good reason for a TF3, and I know what it
Why?
is. Another Source engine released at some point. They had to port the entire game over.
Why don't they put TF2 on the new engine? Who cares? Just put it on the new engine. I'm sure it's
I guess it would. But... They would call it like TF2, like Super Source
HD.
or something. Yeah, TF2 HD Remix.
2.1.
Yeah, 2.1. And you would have to keep all of. If you couldn't keep all your items going from TF2 to TF3, nobody would play. Everyone would be gone.
We all know that.
Yeah.
So
what else we got?
We got a question also from Ramblings. He was asking if there was any engine changes or fixes that you guys wanted, particularly anything that you guys didn't see and were hoping for.
From the update, I think he means.
From the update, yeah.
Like related to this update, or just anything in general that we wanted?
Well, anything, I guess, about your guys' classes or anything at all, really?
Yeah.
Maybe like the engineer thing that Koma was talking about, like the sentries or Wrangler, Rescue Ranger sentries, stuff like that. I mean, I guess we'll see more on Viaduct this week, but I don't know. I feel like the Wrangler is still a problem.
They think that the Wrangler is a problem.
Or like, yeah.
So, well, that answer.
No comment.
Well, like that answer actually flows into the next question from Hey, it's Benny J. I like that name.
Hey,
Benny J.
Hey, it's Benny J. He asks, would it fix the Wrangler then to remove or severely nerf the damage shields?
Yeah, that'd be a big.
Yeah, just have to make it a reasonable amount that, like, you can't just sit there and sit behind your sentry and just like heal it from behind and it will never die. Especially with the Nerf stickies, it was impossible to kill a Wrangled sentry, but now that's not the case.
But at least Valve knows if they F it up, they can just take it back 3 days later like nothing ever happened.
That's right.
Yeah, no consequences whatsoever.
Yeah, they don't really leave like patch notes. They don't explain their reasoning behind their changes. They just put it out there.
They have, in their defense, have been blog entries in the past, and one of them was about the demo nerf, and that was supposed to have happened. They posted a graph. Some eagle-eyed viewers might remember they posted a graph like, I don't know, a year or some crap ago, and they like never ever did it. So
No, they did do it.
Sometimes they do write blog
something.
posts.
You're thinking of the blog posts from like 2010 where they did remove damage. They did, like lower damage ramp update, and like it used to do like 160 at point blank, and now it did like 120.
They didn't do enough, I don't think. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Someone, same guy, that's a good name. Hey, it's Benny J. Wants to know, what is the deal with the Derringer and the SFM short? Like, what do they think? Do we think it's going to be added or not? Which is the little item Miss Pauling uses in the movie.
Pistol.
Yeah. Talking about that being a reskin. I don't know.
That could be cool. I'm like upset we didn't get a bread monster to fight. That's the real issue here.
Hold your breath.
Bread monsters, Valve, please. That's my next thing on my list.
Please. You know, I think that bread monsters will be great. It'll completely change mids.
It would. He
Makes
could-
the competitive
He
game a
could
lot
carry
different.
you to mid.
It's-
He could just pick you up and go.
Instead of the open pits at the end of Palos, you just have the bread monster with its things going.
He just comes up and eats
Yeah,
the-
so
the bomb
What else,
out of the pit.
what else we got, DJ?
We've got a question while we were asking questions from It's Nazura. Out of the classes that got nerfed, what class do you guys think deserved a nerf the most, or does deserve and didn't get one?
Probably Demo Man
Probably
deserves
Demo,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, but it was nerfed in the wrong way.
Okay.
Yeah, that class is definitely OP, but
Yeah.
we fear change.
oh well, we haven't talked about the one sniper rifle, right? The classic.
Oh yeah.
We have two
classic.
snipers with us. What was up
One
with that?
body shotter. It'll help you body shot at least a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
but-
haven't played with it, but it sounds.
Yeah, I haven't used it either, but I've heard it's not
Really?
that good.
Some players who have played in TFC would know it because it
Bloodsire?
works very. Yeah, we call it the Danford, but it's very similar to the mechanic of how the TFC rifle worked for some of us old dudes. What do you guys think of it?
Yeah, I'll have to try it out sometime. But I just heard it wasn't that good, so I mean, I always stick to the stock stuff. I mean, people tell me to try and use like the Machina or use this or use that, but I always stick with
never
stock.
changes his loadout.
So,
Do you,
I mean,
really
you never
just-
played TFC or anything like that? So you're just kind of gonna run vanilla forever. What do you think of those dudes that run like Machina,
yeah, I mean,
Fox, or whoever?
I like my no scoping, so I just like it. Stick with the tried and tested.
You might like the classic then. You know,
Stop trying to sell him. He's got a thing. Just let him be.
Baze, you know,
yeah,
listen,
get a will. Come on,
Jeez,
man.
such pressure.
gonna sway you. I'm just trying to ruin
Yeah,
his career.
yeah.
That's all. So I can
DJ, what's next? What's next?
Next questions. That was the entirety of our very serious, super on-topic questions. We have fun questions if you guys want to go to those.
Fun.
Obviously.
Fun questions? Okay,
hate fun.
cool. We've got a fun question that's been asked several times in different ways by Rarhung. Wants to know, in various ways, he has asked about the status of Argo as an English major. I think
Wow.
the best way he's worded it so far has been, does being an English major help while managing team logs / spreadsheets?
That's HNG.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the way.
that's,
Yeah,
that's
that-
fine.
it helps a lot. Yeah,
Yeah.
I should switch my major to math though. I've been told that because I'm an English major, I can't calculate any numbers really well, so the spreadsheets
that's
roll
true.
off.
That's a good point.
I'm just
Yeah.
inept in math.
What
Fine.
spreadsheets are you talking about?
We we have a lot of
Papers,
spreadsheets.
files. These guys are a
that
pro
track
team.
Our team's history and stuff like that.
It's protractors and compasses. It's very complicated, Turbo.
I had no
Yeah.
idea. I had no
Shout out
idea
to
you did that.
HNG.
Like, how long does that take? You seriously write down like every scrim and everything else as well, and try and figure out your progress?
No.
Let him
No.
answer.
We have there's one spreadsheet that we've had since like season 9 where we keep track of our scrims and put the logs there, so it's easy to find logs or STVs if you want to go back and look at old things. But that's all we do.
Oh, okay. I thought you
Cool.
were sitting down and figuring out everyone's kill feed and everything like that.
No,
Everyone's
no,
KAD, like Dota 2.
Yeah.
I'm jumping in with a question here. Fishboy asked, how's your CSGO team going? Do you think UGC should add a CSGO league? That's a question, I guess, for FaZe. Do you play CSGO?
Yeah, I started playing
how you're such a
lot
good
more
sniper?
recently. Well, I started off playing Counter-Strike Source like
Oh, it makes
years
sense
and
now.
years ago,
Mhm.
but I played more CS:GO the last 2 weeks than I have TF2, or probably in the last month. I don't know. If UGC added a CS:GO league, it'd just be all the TF2 players playing CS:GO. Like, I don't think it'd
Yeah.
have any outside entry. Like all the good CS:GO players playing like ESCA or CEVO or other leagues like that. So I don't think it'd just be like TF2 really.
TFGO.
TF2. Would you
should
play?
trademark that now.
Would you play a Team Fortress global offensive game?
What would
With
that
that-
be?
with
What
that-
is that?
Is that the UGC CS:GO league? Or
Oh,
it's a new thing we're inventing here.
We're inventing it right now.
That sounds
It would,
fake.
There'd be a bomb. You'd have to take it, but there'd be sticky traps in every dead spot, so you can never cap it.
404 is posting the friggin' spreadsheet here in chat. Wow, that's craziness. Come on, 404, chill out. Sorry, 404 is ruining the chat.
Okay.
Does it,
Next question, Deej.
What else? Anything else?
Okay, we have one last super fun question. Ramblings wants to know, he says, can there be a fashion show competition where players showcase their best cosmetics?
Yip would love it.
Because
But
my
that
NG loadout is the
sounds-
best. I would win.
It's Kip's jam right now.
Well, who has
So-
the most expensive item on the team?
H&G.
H&G, yeah.
What does
Gold-
H&G
golden
have?
What is
pan.
it?
Oh,
Golden
right.
A lot of
What a-
unusuals.
what a-
He's a traitor.
What a crap face. Someone should teach that kid a lesson.
Oh, we will.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How
we're
did he
gonna
get
steal
that?
it at
Did he
GXL.
steal it? Did he rob it?
No, he
Did
traded
someone just
for
give
it.
it to him?
I think he traded some usuals away for it.
Didn't
Yeah.
steal it then. Great.
Sweet.
So, we got anything else, gang?
Next question. Hopefully, maybe not cosmetic related.
What?
That was the last of the questions that I had here.
Oh,
That was the
okay.
last.
That was the last of the questions that I had here.
Right on. Well, we got anything else?
Sweet.
Do we have any audio talents that these guys can do on their not face cams?
Argo's a good singer.
Any of you guys play
I am
kazoo?
not.
Argo, you're a great singer.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Can
Bro.
they, can they, what about just hidden facts? Something that players wouldn't know about you. Let's get under the superficial layer of ET's top players and see what's going on to the surface. What is something that nobody knows about you guys?
Right. Dark secret. Please.
Doesn't have to be a dark secret. But it could be.
light
That'd be
secret.
nice.
It could
Be
be.
a
Yeah.
bright one.
See, the silence means that they definitely are hiding.
Wow,
it.
absolutely nothing. You don't. I'm sure like one of you like took gymnastics when you were 5 or something. You speak Mandarin Chinese. Come on, that's you,
And
Faze,
that's
right?
not what?
Wow.
I don't know.
racist.
Wow.
Is it? I don't know.
That's Komal. You just perfectly described Komal, the gymnastics and the Mandarin
Gymnastics.
Chinese.
Great Tumblr.
And I don't know.
Dude,
Faze, are you
coming from
Asian?
the-
Was that why that was racist? I'm sorry, I had no idea.
Coming from the Al Qaeda underground agent Faison over here, that's
Oh,
nothing.
okay.
Should ask
Get
him
that.
about it.
Are you in Al Qaeda phase? Is that confirmed?
Yeah, if you ask Armambo, they'll say
Wow.
yes.
Phase
Right.
tied me in Quiz Up, and that's the music I'm holding up to my thing. Too bad, Phase. We'll have
Too
to try
bad there
again.
weren't like 20 more questions. I would have
About
won.
Seattle, yeah.
So, yeah, you guys got any shout outs for anyone else? Anyone else? How are you feel going into your match next week?
Are you gonna win the rest of your games?
Yeah. What happens if you have a perfect season? What do you guys do?
Do you guys get a prize?
I think the big name teams that are remaining that we haven't played Street Hoops and we haven't played DK. So I mean
And Stabby's team, I guess. If
Oh,
theirs
yeah,
comes
yeah.
back.
Do you guys know anything about the Stabby team?
Tentative roster, I guess.
Yeah, words
Got it.
going around. Fanny, Lauren, who else?
Blaze, Mela, Max, yeah. Zigafu.
There are
What's your-
rumblings.
What's your opinion on that? If they do form this new kind of super team in the middle of a season, how do you guys as people who've been along the plat for a while, how do you feel about that?
it'd be. I mean, since a couple of teams died, and those are lower plat teams, I guess it'd be fun to have another sort of challenge, another challenger, a strong team. That's especially since DRS died, they were a good team, so team to replace them would be
Yeah.
nice.
It's a
How
good
do you guys
attitude.
feel about all the new teams that came in this season? Something like 6 or 8. We doubled the roster, the team roster in Platinum this season. Are you guys happy with the wider spread, or are you not?
So I think it's good. There've been a lot of those new teams are really good. Like Taco Bell and Honk, those are like those all play well.
Yeah.
More
Sweet.
good new teams, the better, especially if they stay around.
Sweet.
Of course, you're not playing.
Right. I just watch.
You guys got any shout outs for anyone before we head out for the night? Because it's almost 9.
Shout out to the rest of our team.
The Diggas.
Sure.
Yeah, the Diga Dynasty.
Big Dynasty, yeah.
Shout out
Anyone else?
to Sixes team.
Who's your Sixes team, Faze?
The Subspace Emissaries.
Sweet.
Argo,
Solid
kill them all.
show.
Any shoutouts?
Shout out to Murrow.
Shout out to Murrow, Team Lebanon. You'll be seeing him in the Nations Cup soon.
Yeah.
Shout out to Nonis. Maybe he'll MG me one day. No? Maybe.
Ooh, shots fired.
Shout out to Chiga, the pharmacist.
I think we're devolving right here, so we should probably end it. So
We done the show?
I think
Yeah,
we're done.
Are we on the
Show's
air?
done.
Are we starting soon? Is this gonna happen? But anyway, thanks so much for joining us, guys. Electric Temptations, Kill 'Em All, Argo, and FaZe. Thank you so much for your insights. I just want to remind everybody to sign up for EVL Battle Royale if you're interested in playing some fun 4v4 action in July. And sign-ups conclude this Friday. And then Turbo, throw it over to you.
Sure. Yeah, this is another 9 and Out Turbo Cop, and see y'all next week.
Love ya.
Love ya.